Hi there. Is this sound coming out correctly? I think it is. We're back exactly where we left off, and the game has actually decided to start me on a shop room in the dungeon. That floor it was 23, and I think this dungeon ends at floor 30, so we are almost at the end. Oh, a lot of enemies here. And an alpha monster somewhere. Can't see here on the map though, she's supposed to be a purple dot. Oh, I might... I almost had a single turn into this. And I may not have a way to save myself here. Hi there, Kara. My best bet is to use the Confusion Grimoire and hope that none of these three enemies happen to aim at me. I think. Because I can't cast the heal staff into myself. Okay, I'm alive. Not for much longer though, I still have to... Yeah, I guess to survive I have to go all out here, so I'll use a Swift Grimoire as well. And I should be out of danger now. You have some healing as well. I think that was the last of them. There's one more Yukiona back there, but she's still under confusion. Now if I have a knockback staff, I can befriend the Yukiona, but I don't have it on me. Oh, that's convenient. No, it's not. I thought that would restore my HP, not my MP. I'm still in trouble. And the Tanukichi isn't... Oh, she is selling a healing fruit. Oh, right, I have an equipment that shares my healing to my entire party, right? Yeah, this sword does it. Oh, that's a pretty good... Right, I think they got half of my healing, which is a lot. Can I still... Yeah, I can still upgrade my shield. Twice, why not? Oh, a teleport trap. Could I have accidentally stolen stuff from her by taking this? I think that being inside the Tanukichi's shop disables any kind of teleporting. But I never tried it with a teleport trap, in case it's too risky to try that right now. And then now we can actually walk around. Oh, it's a were-rabbit. I've stopped using that spear because this sword is so much stronger that it makes up for not having a 2-tile range. So I can give this to her. But someone has to go back. I already have a werewolf and I got this other one just for backup anyway, so goodbye to this one. I have to increase everybody's friendship so they can teleport back to the village if I need to make room in the party. If I have any item that I can afford to discard like this. Natural Soravine I think is only used to befriend cat girls, which I'm not looking for right now. Oh dear. I think that I just lost the elf permanently. She wasn't registered in the village. Oh right, I had taught her the fox's defense debuff ability. This better be worth the elf's life. Bomber Stone Crusher. Can crush rocks, so I guess you can use this to destroy the walls, but the weapon gets weaker every time you do this. Oh nope, it's for something else. I think it has something to do with collecting materials. From items to explode, that's interesting, but also its upper limit and the slot amount is pretty high. But overall this is still the better weapon. Speaking of the rabbit lady. She would, I think, be great as your first party member, because then she would be right behind you and could attack enemies through you. I don't think you can resort your party like this. And there's another alpha. We get another sword. More damage to alphas, that's a good passive. But the strength value is not impressive. I forgot to check what abilities this sword has. Impact Slash I never use. Oh, Slash is pretty useful in monster houses. Oh, the Lamia's level went up 1 tier from me being knocked into her. Yeah, right there. Sentai VT Hider. Favorite Godzilla movie? I think it's GMK, if you are familiar with it. I forget what year it came out in, but it's Millennium era. It's the one where Mothra, Ghidorah, and what was the other one? Oh, Baragon. These three are the Guardian Beasts. And I meant to watch Godzilla -1, the last one, but I've been putting that off for a long time. What's your favorite Godzilla movie? Oh, never mind. The rabbit girl can friendly fire, so it's not good to have her behind you. I like Bardo going that the best. I think the original plan of using variant angles would have been better. Yeah, you can tell that that executives made the movie change its cast. Because Mothra and Ghidorah kinda don't make a lot of sense in the positions they're at in that movie. I think that wasn't an official thing, just somebody proposing the plot, but I heard... I read of an idea of making Barago, Vera, and Dangerous Beach like one of Ghidorah's 3 heads that were detached from his body and have them fuse into Ghidorah at the end of the movie. I think that would have been pretty cool. Oh right, Ghidorah said in that movie takes a bit from Varon's design, and I think that's because the modeler for the monster suits just really liked Varon, and he was upset that Varon was written out of the movie. Right, what I can get rid of that I have in this inventory? Let's see, this can save you from the pinch because it teleports your entire party somewhere. I'm tempted to get rid of the jump staff, but I know I'll want to have it if I find out of those islands full of items that you'll need this to get in. Hey, there's a new monster. And just like how the rabbit wants a spear, she wants an axe, which I don't have. Oh yeah, you have to be careful with this enemy in particular because she has a chance to crit and that might be a one-shot on you. Hey, it's a succubus. I want one, but to be fainter you need to be have an immunity buff so you can deflect your charm. I don't have any way to get this now. You're getting foxes again. This is important to befriend a monster goat that shows up down the line, I think. Someone was complaining how Arknights didn't have a PC client. Yeah, it's about time it got one, but I guess their priority is now just getting Enfield on multiple platforms and they're not thinking of a PC client for the original one. And now that Arknights will compete with its own offshoot that's Enfield, I think that's even less likely to happen. I've had a lot of issues running Arknights on an emulator, as if you watched me stream Arknights, you'll know. There still isn't one I would call good for Arknights, just passable. You're almost at the end. I know I should hold on to at least one healing item. I already have one, but it doesn't hurt to have another. Alright, the eating magic breath gives you a random buff, I think. I was very lucky to get invincible, but it wasn't important right now. Oh dear. Fun fact, each monster girl can befriend has one unique dialogue line if she's charmed and you try speaking to her. Also, the Lamia being charmed is very dangerous. Can I send her back so she doesn't kill me? Also, I show the screenshot this. Give me a moment. Okay. Okay, so that's how you deal with your friends being charmed. I never actually thought of that. So if you find a succubus, just to run right up to her, because it's much more preferable that you get charmed than one of her party members. And she should be normal when she comes back. Yeah. Another good healing fruit. A Naboragili's Grimoire. That's an XT Bestiator. Oh, it is. Oh, did I just never use this weapon? I thought it would be just a sword. I thought the next would have to be one of the weapons actually named X. Like there is a weapon named Minotaur X. Oh, and there's... So I was sold on to this trap remove Grimoire. I think that was the monster you need that item to befriend, and I wanted a Kikimora. Let's see if this works. Oh yes, it does. Nice. Thanks. That's one down. Now we try to find an elf maid. read the trap, remove Gmora when next turn, yeah, that's how you get her. This one might be a permanent party member for this one. I really like her design. Somebody has to go though. Also make sure to keep her alive because that Grimoire is difficult to come by if I need to find another. Okay, just one more floor. And that's a good, nice place to test out my Owl Slash. And there goes half the monsters in this room. Who's the alpha monster? Oh, it's also a Kikimoto. I don't have a sleep staff anymore. I'll have to rely on this one confusion fruit. Just in case. Nice. Oh, she dropped the shield. And it's like the one I already have, but better. Prevents confusion. What does my current one do? Nothing. So higher base stats. Has a dispel skill. And this great gift skill, which I never had before. Interesting. I'm having a deja vu because I'm pretty sure that when I streamed the first game, the remaster, I also walked into a monster house just one floor before the boss in the first dungeon. Maybe it's hard to call the top here in the second to last floor. I'm sure they had a party last night, makes sense. Be careful not to be surrounded and beaten up. That's a little too late to advise me on that. What's right beneath me? I don't see any dragons, so nobody here has a ranged attack, so I'm not quite dead yet. I can't use Owl Slash because I have 2 NP missing. Good thing I held on to all those Grimoires. Okay, so this should be a lot safer already. I don't have any AoE offensive Grimoire, so I just have to take him out one by one. Oh, nice. Very convenient. Also remember to always look where you're walking in these houses because it's full of traps on the ground. Like this one. I should have saved some of these for the boss, but I don't have much of a choice anymore. Oh, nice on the rabbit, taking out 2 enemies there. Oh, that's one reason why the Kikimori is a good party member. She can clear traps out from the floor. Even if she's an enemy, she'll do it. I think that was all of them. Yeah. Oh, it's a hat. Well, I was under the impression that you could only get those on the post-game, so maybe I was just unlucky in my original save. But this is a new thing in the sequel. You can get accessories for your friends in the form of hats. Increase damage on your only companion, prevents confusion. So give this to one of your friends. And the exit is here as well, so I would have to come across this monster house anyhow. There's a lot to loot in here. Girls on sundresses are very underrated. Oh, sun hats. I would say, are they? Thinking about it, you very rarely see this kind of a set on like skins for gacha game characters and such, so I guess they are underrated. And she'll keep clearing out the traps. Oh, paralyzed. That's gonna be great on the boss. If she's... I guess she's gonna be immune to debuffs, but this is still a good item. Yeah, boss time. Oops, sorry. I was trying to set something in VTube Studio. Oh, she's fought alone. Melt in the first game had been, so I was sure she also was gonna have them. Oh, this makes it easier. Let's just test if she can be paralyzed. She can. Oh, she can, but it only lasts a single turn. Oh, I use the strengthening staff. I meant to use the paralyzed staff. Oops. Hi there, Night Servers. We were having a lot of fun just on 4 before. Does slow only last a single turn on her as well? At least I can get her to skip a turn. Also, for some reason, my were-rabbit doesn't want to attack her. She's just walking back and forth. No. I used the wrong item and yeah, now's when I would have to... Well, I guess I have to start this dungeon all over again from the first floor. But I'm going to break my own rule about this, and I'm going to show you a secret about this game. I mean, I never tried this out on a boss floor, but it might still work. If you get killed in the dungeon, Alt F4 out of the game, and try launching it again. Does it work? Yes, it does. So what would normally happen is if you died and proceeded as normal, you would be back at the village, all of your items gone, your party members gone. This if you are in roguelike mode, which I am. But if you exit the game without saving, it actually goes back to the floor you were at when you died. And everything you had when you started the floor will be restored as well. It's essentially reloading a save state. And yeah, I just got there. It's not my second try or anything. Yeah, last I tried this time, so in my first attempt I buffed the boss by accident. And then I died because I shot an arrow instead of using a healing item. Also, I have to coordinate my party's positioning so they actually attack the boss. I was having trouble with that before. And since the boss gets rid of debuff so quickly, it's better to buff your party instead. The rabbit is attacking now, but she's also friendly firing at the Lamia. I'll really have to replace her for this fight. Oh, not you. I was about to do another missing pot. She is a lot trickier to beat than Melt was. I could try the same pack slash I have on my weapon. Phase 2. Yes. And the positions are reset. I should have saved some of my items for this. Oh, I should have thrown it, not used it. Almost there. Hey, Kimura might die from this, so... Oh, I can't send her back because I'm not adjacent to her. nice. Well, sorry about cheating right there, because last time I streamed this I said I will play on rogue mode, then if I die and have to start over I'll switch to casual mode to do it. But I really didn't want to go through this dungeon again, because I would lose so much progress. So I guess your rule has changed to if I die I'll do whatever I want. Like if I had more time to stream I would have no issue with playing this all over again. But realistically, playing this dungeon from the start again would last the rest of the stream. What's going on here? I did think of doing the full playthrough on casual mode just because of that. But I think that casual mode doesn't only make it so you can retry a floor if you die. I think it also nerfs alpha monsters and such and makes some other aspects of the game easier, which I didn't want to have. And there's no middle ground between having the safety net of casual but still the general difficulty of rogue mode. Joyo smell. I guess. I'm sorry. Okay, that was the first big dungeon done with. Grip strength, pot belly. I wonder what that was supposed to say in Japanese. What's pot belly meant to be a translation of? Maybe something to do with mana. You can't get there in the Parenthesis game, it will be said I'm afraid you can't. I've looked at the weekend, I think she doesn't even have a entry on the Monster Encyclopedia. This game actually has 2 boss monsters that you can actually recruit, so at least the idea is in the developer's mind now, so maybe in the next game you will be able to have Melt. What is this, Animal Crossing? Okay. Yeah, this game has more plot than I remember, but having actually played the first one now really helps understand it. So it's doing that thing again where the end credits play after the first dungeon, but the game isn't actually over yet, not even the main story. Not sure why it does that. Anyway, there was something I had, I meant to get into, but I forgot until now. I had to address like the elephant in the room about this game spot, which is, I guess, the baby elephant in the room. Which is the player character in this game meant to be the child of the player character from the first one? Like, they surely look like for one. Oh, that's the opening of the game. Yeah, that might be why. Baphomet is Melt, by the way. And this is probably Voltaire speaking to somebody else. Okay, so here he is. He certainly looks like the main character of the first game. He's obviously meant to be younger. And everybody's kinda cryptic about whatever this character's backstory is, because of the NPCs talk about how you've grown up, how they know you since you were younger and such, but they never say anything about your relationship to the other protagonist. And yeah, whoever is... if we accept that this is the kid of the first main character, there's the question of who's his mother then. And you would think that it's supposed to be Melt, because she certainly acts like your mother in this game, but she never actually addresses you as your son, neither does anybody else. So she's your caretaker for whatever reason, but not your mother. I have to register all of these monsters I recruited. And let's make a new formation. Unfortunately, we really lost that elf girl. You have to befriend another later. You mean she might melt, might be the aunt and Tarte the mother? That could be it. Tarte does show up in this game later, but I don't remember much of her dialogue. See, the Lamia was pretty useful. I wanted to use the Minotaur a bit. She spilled coffee on it. Well, they happen to have the exact same hair color. So because the teleport to the other village doesn't work, you have to go there by foot. And the eye color matches the first main characters. And like before your friends appear, just hanging out around the village, you can actually set how many of them you want to show up. So now you can enhance, but you need to have a high love level to do it, which I don't have on any of my current friends. I'll have to try to raise it during the next dungeon. And since the Lamia is maxed out, I should keep her out of the active party for now. So this is where you can check your difficulty. So here are the differences that casual mode causes. So the most important is if you die, you have the option to just reload the beginning of the floor. You just died in. You don't lose items or any kind of progress. But then you recover HP and get hungry slower. And you recover HP faster. It says powerful monsters will take it easy on you, which is kinda vague as to what it actually does. Does it weaken alpha monsters or all enemies? Does it make the enemies less intelligent? Some games are out is also pretty vague, but I'm pretty sure that casual mode does not remove the gimmick I dislike the most, which are the unidentified items. Meaning you can't switch this to this mode just for the feature that lets you retry for if you die, which is what I would have liked. Which is why I'm generally playing on cheat mode roguelike, where you reload the game itself if you die. But when I play the post-game dungeon, the one with 1000 Furies, I'm more inclined to just switch to casual mode. You also only earn achievements in roguelike mode, but that doesn't matter because I have them for my previous save anyway. Is this worth synthesized with anything else? I don't actually get the Alpha Slayer's passive if I synthesize with it. I can synthesize with the Stone Crush and it gives me this passive. Although... Oops, that was a misinput, but I meant to do that anyway. There's also a third difficulty that's even harder, but I don't know how to unlock it. And I almost broke from that. I think I won't even have enough money to put insurance on my equipment. And I think we are ready. Can I afford any of your dishes? I don't think so. Are you the Demon Lord about to do? Do I look like a Demon Lord? A bit of human aura? You mean not fully human? Because that's important for this character's lineage. So we get a new building. I'll make this one close to my house. I already know how that works. So, quick detour, this is the shop where you can make furniture for your house. You do need materials which are pretty hard to accumulate. This main only shows you ones you can craft, and here's all the options you have. Also, there are decorations you can place outside of your house so you can decorate the entire village. This doesn't have any actual gameplay utility, but I do like it when games let you furnish your room. I actually hope the sequel expands on this, make it a little like Animal Crossing or something. But since this is a save just for this string, I'm not dwelling too much on that here. It's in my main save that I'm concerned about decorating everything. Oh, it's her again. And she's gone. We still don't know her name. Yeah, now that gimmick is gonna be in effect. And that's the norm for this game, it's not like a gimmick just for this dungeon. And the game actually wants you to manually enter the name of what each unknown item does, which I think is a baffling game design choice. So, new dungeon, and we're back to some pretty weak enemies. I'll take a short break before I start this proper. I'll see you in a minute. Hi there. Anyway, this gimmick is something I really wish you could at least turn off with casual mode. If that was the case, I wouldn't think twice before toggling casual mode on. And now that you have so many nano items, you can... And if you don't want to bother with identifying every single one of them, you can at least use them to increase the love level of your friends. At least until each of them can change strategy like this. Already an alpha monster, but now we don't have any... Oh, I do have a slow staff at least. That's a new monster. Oh, there's the alpha. Whoops. Good thing she wasted a few turns using her debuff attack. This is not too bad, but I think it's a lot weaker than my current sword. Also, I meant to try out this skill that my shield has. And yeah, like exactly what it says. It creates a random gift item, which you can either give to whatever monster girl wants it or give to one of her friends. Oh, she's letting me take your book. And this one. Okay. Oh, I can synthesize the crowbar with my main sword. And it gives me its passive effect. Deals more damage when an enemy has full HP. Yes, she says that. I don't see an air conditioning unit anywhere. Oh, I never noticed this. So the house actually has a roof, but it only becomes visible when you toggle first person mode. That's nice. The more damage on full HP effect definitely works. Now I am able to one-shot these mushroom growths. What's this stuff do? Okay, it's paralysis, and you would think that the game would automatically identify it, but you have to do it yourself. And you can't even type on your keyboard to do it faster, you have to do it on the game's virtual keyboard. Oh, it's an elf, but I don't have the item I need to recruit another one. What's the girl in the hut? She's a Kikimora, which is like an elf mate. She doesn't normally have the hut, that's an equipment I gave her. Oh, she's a fairy, not an elf monster. Ora schwarzenie nu ai fat schwarzen elf. Yeah, you're taking a lot of gifts to unlock the ability to change your strategy. Finally. There's a hotkey to open that menu quicker, I think, but I don't remember what it is. But it's this menu where you can change how your friends behave. Oh, is that a queen slime? And I had the... Did I always have this big bread on my inventory? I could have recruited an elf girl back there. Oh, that's kinda sad. And now I can actually tell my whole party to go after the alpha monster. And I'm realizing now that I don't have any healing fruit. I do have a... Actually no, this only dispels debuffs, this doesn't heal HP. Oh, that could have killed me. I accidentally aimed for the big girl when using the paralyzing staff. Luckily the rest of my party could kill that monster in time. I have to use great gifts and hope it creates an item I can use to restore health. Alright, since talking to a friend who heals paralysis. Was that it? I guess I should be using some of these items to find out what they do. I think at least the Grimoires get identified automatically when you use them. So next time you find one, it will be identified. Oh, hey, it's an elf witch. So is this the first time we're finding this inside the dungeon? I think it is. This game has a system where some monster girls can teach new skills to your party members. And it sounds like an awesome feature, but it's very limited on what you can actually teach to each monster girl. Like there are some very strict restrictions on what kind of skill each monster girl can learn. As you can see, this blue witch has a ton of skills and none of my party members can learn any of them. Not only this, but actually learning a skill, if you can do it, requires TP, which takes a lot of grinding to accumulate. I really wish there were no restrictions at all, like any monster can learn any skill. That's a thing in Dragon Quest Monsters, which I played a while ago, and while it's a different genre RPG, it does work really well there, and I think it would be great here as well. Like, it would make a lot of weaker monster girls viable if you could teach them any skill. One thing I didn't like about the first game was how non-customizable your party members were. They were mostly stuck with whatever skills they had by default. And this system is clearly trying to address this, but it's way too limited to work, in my opinion. I think I can invite this one. You have to do a quick time event to befriend her. Nice. Whoops. Bad Grimmer. They sell what? Oh, she sells sets. I didn't remember this NPC, but they are too expensive. Um, Doberman seem to have the same voice actors. A lot of mainstream gacha games share voice actors. In Japanese at least. Like we just played live alive on the stream before. I bet that at least some voice actors in that game also have a role in a gacha game. Or you're not a part-timer. So I also read the Japanese fan wiki for this game and it proposes that you can identify your items by finding a shop like this one, dropping them on the ground and checking how much they cost to buy, to sell I mean. So like I can place this Grimoire, ask Tanukichi how much she'd buy it for. So 1000 is a lot for selling items, so this is probably a good Grimoire. Like the wiki had a chart for how much each item costs to sell and what item it might be. So if you have the patience, you can try to identify your items like this. I personally think it's too much trouble, like I don't think it's a fun process. I wish you just didn't have this mechanic at all. Anyway, now you'll be just picking a unknown fruit off the ground and eating it to see what each one does. Oh hey, another new monster. A zombie girl. I think I can befriend one, but I have to like find one in a position where my party members aren't around to hit her. This one is only 1 heart, so you can't befriend her. Oh, finally, good fruit. Now I just have to find another one of this. Speaking of tomorrow, I'm gonna have something to announce about tomorrow's stream. I'll talk about it on the end of this stream, but if you can't stick until the end, you can check my Twitter later, because I'll also post about it there later. Another 1 heart zombie. Also, immunity lasts a long time. Oh, RIP B girl. And I'm also getting friendly fire. At least we don't lose her permanently. It's time to try out the Sahagin. Oh, that was a really good one. Too bad I had to waste one to find out what it does. Oh, this is a different elf. It's the one of the blue tonic that you can equip with a bread. This one needs a magic bread, which I don't have. Do you have any magic bread? I had to check out to equip a Scylla, because I might be able to do it. Oh, it's you again. But having a dungeon shop seems almost contradictory to the fact you don't know what any item does. Again, you can guess it based on the price, but I usually don't bother. You're almost encouraged to steal instead of buying, because at least if you don't get good items, you didn't spend any money for them. So there's a Scylla. Like assuming you are next to her and you have to be alone. So I always thought that to be friendly here you need to play the entire dungeon by yourself, like you can't take no party members. But I wonder if I can send everybody home, like to the backup party and try to recruit her, whether if that might work. So let's try that. First I max out her love. Okay, that's maxed out. Now I dismiss everybody in my party. And now I waited for the blindness to heal. No, it doesn't work. Your party actually has to be empty, including the backup. I guess I could dismiss everybody, but then I'm out of party members for the rest of the dungeon. It's not worth it. You have to like combo specifically with the intent of recruiting a silent and going back home. So thanks, Kikimura. There's an alpha monster. Oh, there's something I didn't think of, so... If a magic bullet hits an item, it stops. So if you have an enemy that shoots magic at you, you could drop an item in front of you and step back. So your projectiles would only hit the item and you would be unharmed. That could be useful, I guess, like a boss. So I still have a couple slow staffs and a paralysis staff. I can afford to take on that alpha monster. There she is. So the Sahagin can also friendly fire. Another bastion. Stat-wise, it's a bit worse. It also has good skills at least. You take less damage from friendly fire. Yeah, that's good, but I would rather not have friendly fire at all. I think there's a passive you have to teach your friends so they don't deal friendly fire damage anymore. But it's hard to find. Oh, this is a game where magic bullets don't have only get one time of range. We've seen this before. And there's one more alpha monster. Anyway, I think it's important to explore this one for. I don't know, I think I'll find something important here. And do really watch out for these slugs, because they can permanently weaken your weapon. At least I can one-shot them. No, that's troubling. The Sylph area, I mean, is the alpha monster, and I'm pretty sure she deflects any staff spells you try to cast on her. But it's also too late to try to run. She can move to twice per turn. Does she deflect magic or is it just arrows? Oh, it's just arrows, okay. Nice. Well, this would have been a pretty good weapon if it wasn't a club. Even if plus 12 upper limit to the max value can give to it is still pretty low. What about this one? This is also worse than my main weapon. You solved the log, didn't you? There's what I was looking for. At the risk of the fog coming up, we will have to keep exploring this floor. I guess I should hang out at that big room where more monsters should show up. Yeah, Tokyo long enough, but hi there. And she already comes with a high love level. So I knew her recruitment criteria by heart, that's why I held on to all these bracelets. They have to meet a value threshold, which since they're all unidentified, I can't be sure about if any of them will work. Well, never mind. Are you naming them off? I don't usually like nickname monsters on any game like this. Because I feel like if I nickname one, I have to commit to nicknaming all of them. And I usually struggle to come up with a nickname for everybody. I did think of having a system on this channel where you could spend channel points to name the party members for me. And I could implement that later, but I worry that like obviously some people try to grief it and name the monsters after curse words or something. So the Kikimora briefly was my main party member, but that's not the case anymore, sorry. I'll let you keep the hat, but as soon as I get another one, it's going to them off. So the party members are decided, I guess. Like, there's a lot of monsters that I like that you only find in the post-game anyway. And there are others I really like, but are so difficult to recruit that I might not be able to do it on stream. Yeah, we dabbled with some cheating before in this stream. I think if the moth dies, I'm definitely closing the game and reloading as well, just a heads up. Now, like now, so... I was sure I would have killed that Tauron with the L/slash with one shot. But it wasn't enough. Then she has an AoE counter and that kills my moth. And I'm outside of the floor where she spawns, so I can't even get another one. Now, was it prophetic when I brought up cheating just a minute ago? And like, I'm well aware that this is like a scummy way to play the game. I'm not gonna pretend it isn't. And this is actually how I mostly play the game when I'm off stream. Ever since I found out you can do this to reload the floor. It's just that this is a game where you can lose a lot of progress just from one misstep, like what just happened. And having the safety net makes it more fun, for me personally. So that's how I chose to play it. I wish, like I said, I could fine-tune your difficulty to like enable the casual modes feature of letting you reset a floor if you die, but keep the rest of the difficulty from the roguelike mode. But sadly that's not an option. And like whenever I come back to these games to play that huge post-game dungeon, like when I play those I don't even... I have no restraint on cheating with the saves, like if I get a minor setback that as in losing an equipment that takes a long time to build or something like that, I will reset the game. Also, if you are willing to cheat, there's more use you can get out of this reloading exploit. Like say you want to recruit to a monster girl that's really difficult to befriend, and she only shows up on a small window of floors inside the dungeon. You can like try to befriend her, and if you fail, instead of moving to the next floor, you can close the game and load it again. Reloading will essentially re-roll the floor to a different layout and everything. So you can keep retrying until you get whatever you're trying to obtain. Like, you know how in the first, when I played the first game, I managed to recruit a Black Dragon, which requires you to beat a very difficult quick time event. If you were that set on befriending her, you could like if you spent so much time in the floor that the fog started to show up and you had to move on, you could instead close the game, reload. That would reset the floor and you could try to befriend the Black Dragon again. This was how I played the game series with Marth, you mean Fire Emblem? Because I guess that series has permadeath with your characters, right? So yeah, you would have an incentive to reload if you make a big mistake. Also, this is a new monster girl. What do you have to say? Well, that line, I'm not sure how you should react to it. The Algirl is a bit infamous in whatever small fanbase this game has, because she's very honest. Also, she was part of my main party in my original playthrough. My party back then was a moth, an Algirl like this one, and an ogre girl. And the way you befriend her is pretty unorthodox. So I might have to reload to succeed in this as well, but first I tell my party members to move away so they don't kill her. And I have to let myself be beaten up until my health is on the red line. Oh, but the moth's skill made her confused. We have to wrangle this a bit. So everybody stands by. You keep letting her beat you up. No, not 10. You have to hit me. Okay, so my health is now on the red. And now I give her any item. Sure. So this is how you do it. You let yourself get into critical low health and then give her an item. Now I have to get that health back. Oh, my party's getting lost, no? The merchant Mgma, which one? I also don't recall how many floors this dungeon has. Also, Einstein is still to try to recover health just by letting time pass. Hey, it's a cat girl. The one where the MC teams up with Merchant Foxtrot? Oh, I know that one. Oh, just what I needed. A mermaid statue. Maxwell Ruins, that was the name of the dungeon, so we should be close. This might also be 30 floors. I thought this was a monster house for a second. I could try to befriend her with the... by doing her quick time event. Ouch. This is also a new monster. She's the opposite of the Kikimora, wherein she creates traps instead of cleaning them out. I have to raise the love level of some of my backup party members, so that I can send them to the village if I recruit another monster. I'm glad I have the Kikimora in the party now. Oh, nice. Another shooting star Grimmer. Oh, that's a... So if you remember, this girl was a boss in the first game. The sequel turns into an ordinary monster girl species which you can actually recruit. I think to befriend her, you have to let yourself be hit by her spider web. So I tell my party to run away again. And try to get her to... Oh, never mind. Like, I am getting careless because I already established that I will resort to reloading the game. But it does break the pace of the stream if I do this a lot. I might have to use this here. I was saving it for a monster house, but... Oh. Nice. She should be a good tank once she's leveled up. I was sure that hit was going to kill her. Maybe I should just switch to casual mode. Here I was getting careless again. I can't let them off stray too far behind. Oh hey, it's two of my favorite monsters around the campfire. Okay. Oh, I forgot I was gonna try to befriend a zombie. But I can't make it the gargoyle step away. And next for is less, so I'll hang around just a bit more to see if I can find another zombie girl. And hey, it's another moth. Okay, to befriend her, you have to remove your weapon and essentially punch her a few times and hope that she decides to befriend you before you kill her. Oh, nice. And that's the closest you'll see to a human woman NPC, other than the female avatar, which I didn't pick. It's you again. Yeah, have you been following me? I don't feel great to being praised for this because I did reload the game far too many times more than I should during the stream, which is to say more than 0 times. And I might have to do it again. Why is boss music playing? So no boss after all. This is even laid out like a proper boss room. So the people in this village also know about me. Or that's the only things the girls can wear? Yeah, that's the only equipment you can give to your friends. Also, I realized I never tried equipping a hat to a queen slime. Does she like remove the crown or does she wear the hat on top of the crown? So this villager should be the one from the first game, but I'm not really recognizing it at a first glance. Obviously, graphically it's gonna look different from the remaster. But this is clearly the house of the first main character and it's frozen. That's pretty mysterious. I don't recall the protagonist Soma having a portal next to it. This is probably new to this game. This is Tarte's house, I think. Is the previous protagonist frozen inside that house, I wonder? Oh right, they at the end of the first game they make a portal to the final dungeon. This might be it. And there's a weird black stain on the floor. Also, Tarte's house should have a sword behind it. It doesn't anymore. There she is. You were on Melt's back when you set off in search of the Demon Lord's certificate. So when you were much younger, Melt took you away from this village to the other one? There's actually an artwork in the developer's website that depicts that, like Melt carrying this protagonist on her back. You had to touch the horns of Melt to stop crying, and it was hard when you were little. So Tarte's eye color matches the protagonist, so she's also a contender for being his mother. But I think she would mention that. Maybe it's left ambiguous on purpose. So whichever monster girl is your favorite is the mother of this character. Oh, she. So the reason really was that somebody spilled coffee on the portal. You're a new lover. Imp Energy, I think she's just a slightly edited mod of the Imp monster girl. The pose is very similar. She started challenging me to a power contest. I've turned her down 1,000 times already. So she's pestering everybody for attention. I want to look around for a bit first. So this category is replacing where Coco's Cafe used to be. And there's the spider girl. Good time to mention a lore bit. The developer posted a tweet with a bit of trivia about the red shirt that the main character uses. According to that post, Arakune, this NPC here, actually wove this red shirt from the red cape that the first main character used to wear, if you remember that. I think that's how the post went anyway. The sisters would still give similar traits to their kids, like how stuff can skip a generation. Yeah, and I would wonder if this character's mother actually was a monster girl. He should at least have a couple monster traits to him. Also, off this is going off the assumption that this character is really the child of the previous protagonist, which the game hasn't confirmed either. It's just easy to infer based on how he looks. And since everybody knows you since you were very little, so it makes sense to assume that you were born in one of those villages. Yeah, did they really not meet for years because Tarte spilled coffee on the portal? I guess a few years is like nothing for them. They're probably like centuries or millennia old. So from what I follow of the plot is this protagonist was born in the first village, the one from the first game, the one where Tarte was. Then early on he moved to this village where Melt is. And this is where he mostly grew up. Well, Tarte could accidentally level a building if she trips and hits her hand on something. I forgave you for the other day, but do not turn that blade on Yuki again. Does Melt only have one thing in her mind? By the way, she used to be the antagonist in the start of the first game. And then she comes around after you beat her. And with Voltaire's the same thing is going on, so I wonder if in the next game is Voltaire going to adopt a human kid and take the same role as Melt in this game. And then you fight another evil demon lord in the start of the next game and the cycle will continue like this. Would be nice if you saw a town full of more than one human in the third game. I also wonder about that. The dev has posted a little of, I guess, alpha footage for the third game. Mostly, I think it's just them testing some mechanics. And in this footage, they just use the character model from the remaster. So I wonder if that's just a placeholder or if you will really go back to the first protagonist in the next game. You got the note for the amulet recipe, you didn't understand much because of the difficult handwriting. I guess they never taught our protagonist how to read. Although he can read the grimoires at least. It's probably placeholder. The remaster is the last, most recent game, and the third one is most likely being built on top of it. You are the pride of me, insists the Joe Demon Lords. What, do we have Joe mothers then? The pride of both of you? Anyway, this might seem familiar to you from the first game. Now you have a sequence of dungeons, each of which will have a different gimmick, and you'll play them in order to gather some ingredients. So you start from the first one. You can't bring any items, which I guess also means no equipment. I remember commenting that after I played the remaster, after I once played the second game, you'll notice how much this second is kind of a rehash of the first game in terms of campaign progression. I think it's kind of justified that if you look at the original first game, so not the remaster, the sequel was such a giant graphical leap from the first that you can argue it's justified that it recycles so much of the plot progression. Since this game looks so much better than the first, that you might be persuaded to play this one first, which I did. So I register all of this. You can set some monsters as your favorites, which I'm gonna do. Deposit out of this money as well. And now last two whom I'm gonna take. Since I'm going to be very vulnerable without any equipment, we should have at least a couple tanks in the party. So the Minotaur is coming again. Also, I have to max out their love so I can raise their level caps. I forgot to do this during the last dungeon. The zombie girl has over 100 HP, so she's also on the tankier side. Meanwhile, the gargoyle doesn't have nearly as much health as I would expect her to. Although her defense is pretty high. And nobody can enhance for now because they're not maxed out. So the stream's almost ending, so I don't think I'll start the next dungeon just now. I'll just play the casino to unlock it. And then like off stream I can max out some of the Monster Girls love to enhance their level cap. But I have to think about how I'll deal with the difficulty from now on, because to reiterate, when I started this game I said I'll play every dungeon roguelike mode first. If I die and have to start over, I'll switch to casual mode for that dungeon and then go back to roguelike. But I've already broken that rule by choosing to reload the game when I died in rogue mode instead of switching to casual and starting over. So I wonder if I should keep doing this or just switch to casual mode. Or actually stick to what I said I'll do, which... if I say now, like, now I'll definitely do as I said in the beginning, it's an empty promise, because I already didn't follow that. And to be clear, like, you can reloading the game is an exploit through which you can avoid having to reset a dungeon if you die in rogue mode. And if you choose to do this when you're playing on your own, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. It is, in my opinion, an exploit, but it's something the game doesn't stop you from doing. And you paid for the game, you can play it however you want. It's a single player game, it has no like competitive online element or anything. I just think it doesn't look good when you do that on stream. So with that in mind, you can argue that it's better if I just switch to casual, but casual also makes the game easier in other aspects, which I rather wouldn't switch to this easier mode. And you can say, well, if you're gonna reset if you die anyway, why not to just choose the easier difficulty, which is hard to explain. I want the challenge, but I also want a certain safety net, which in other RPGs you would get by like saving before each boss and stuff like that. But this is supposed to be a half roguelike game where you are supposed to start the dungeon over if you die. So I have to think about this, and I have until tomorrow's stream. Also, you've probably noticed it already, but the sequel is generally harder than the first game's remaster. This is also because you are nerfed in certain aspects, you don't have some movement options from the remaster. And critically, in the remaster, your monster grow party members don't have like SP, they don't have any resource you have to use to cast skills or to cast skills, I mean. So they can spend it however much they want. And I wonder how the third game is going to handle this. Well, let's take the portal, whatever it was. Wait, it was up there. Was tomorrow, not Dark Knights. That's what I was alluding to when I said I had an announcement about tomorrow's stream. So tomorrow I'm going to start experimenting with making longer streams. Usually I start streaming at 6:30 PM PDT. Tomorrow's stream is going to start at 5:30 PM, so whatever time zone is, I'm going to start streaming 1 hour earlier than usual. That's just tomorrow, and then I'll think about depending on how that goes, I might make that a permanent change. For now, I think I'll just stretch in the Saturday stream by 1 hour by starting earlier, so I'm stretching it backwards. And what we're gonna do tomorrow is we'll play 2 hours of Monster Girls, and then 2 hours of Arcanites. Because I said I want to play Arcanites more often, but sometimes there's not enough content to last to an entire stream. Ideally, I would like have 3 streams each week, each one lasting 3 hours, and one of them would be dedicated to Arcanites, but I'm not able to do that. So for example, if there's some content to stream on Arcanites, I can do that for half a stream on Saturday. If there's a lot of content, then the full stream can be Arcanites. Like there's like, can probably stream Arcanites at least every week or almost every week, without feeling like I'm taking too much time from the main game. Also, I think this is the NPC we were looking for. Actually, there is a lot to do in the... because in IS-5 it recently opened those special runs which you can play with certain charge stipulations, and I haven't played any of them. I'm probably going to do them on stream at some point. Oh hey, it's the purple witch. My beloved. And she's gone. So, dungeon locked, we... I assume we have to go back to the Hope Village to access it. And we'll be playing that tomorrow. Shall we take a nap together? Actually, what does everybody have to say? Assure Hands and Gargle, of course. Oh, wait, is that supposed to be berating you for leaving a small house? I guess she is... the Muff is a noble woman. So we are done for today. Remember, tomorrow my stream begins 1 hour earlier, but it ends at the usual time, so it will last 1 extra hour. I'll change the schedule to reflect that, and I'll also post about it on my Twitter later. Without us, because it looks a bit tight. Yeah, I think you can expand the house later, but you need a lot of materials for that. So one VTuber I occasionally watch is streaming, and he's playing a Digimon game. He's who I'm going to be raiding today. I hope to see you tomorrow. If you are able to tune in at the new starting time, please do. If you're not, that's okay. In any case, thanks for watching today. I hope to see you tomorrow. Have a good night.